Scary, weird music, huh? Welcome back to another episode. Whatever this mess is. Welcome back to the Dutch and Denver podcast. I'm Dutch. I am in or around Denver. And yeah, I know we haven't been super consistent with this, but we have been kind of consistent with the cooking, kind of consistent with the streaming. And I guess if you put it all together, I've been consistent. I've been consistently inconsistent, but there's been plenty of stuff to hang out with and do. So I'm not too worried about it. I've been screwing around with Goof. That's been a big thing recently. So, yeah. Playing a lot of golf. Screwing around a lot with that. We got the monster truck out here in LA. So, yeah. Other things to do. And like last weekend, for Saturday, we went to Knott's Berry Farms. Yeah, don't get me started. I know, Dream Masters weekend. We'll cover all that too. And go from there. It was all right. I guess. Kind of. Let's see what else. March Madness is over. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs are all starting. So that's good for me. Because my teams are in it. I don't know about your shit wagon teams, but we'll get to all that. We're gonna try and stay on politics for the most part. I think I got like one or two things on here that might be politically related. But I mean, who knows? You know, it's a long podcast, or it can be a short one. I don't fucking know, man. Fucking tired lately. I don't know what's going on. All right. Numero uno. March Madness. Oh, I can't say that, can I? Yes, I can. Fuck that. Yes, I can. March Madness is over. My bracket did not do great. I got screwed by a lot of teams, so I kind of gave up like Elite Eight. I mean, I still watched all of it. I just didn't follow it as closely as I normally did. Good for UConn, whoever won. Blah, blah, blah. That's what makes it fun is every year, you know, you don't really know. I guess some people thought they knew. But that's not really the story that I'm after. Like, it was fun. It always is. I watched all the games. Everyone I know watched all the games, and that's where the problem, not the problem, but the differences lie. So this year, again, that Caitlin Clark chick was in it, and I don't know if the little black girl or friend was in it, and there were other famous or popular female NCAA players. Where I guess what is odd, or what I don't get or believe, is that first of all, they told us that, hey man, the women's is more popular than the men's because the women's ticket is more expensive than the men's for the men's for the Final Four or the championship. Okay, well, let's talk about something here real quick. The women's played in like a regular basketball arena that holds, 17,000 people. The men played at Arizona that holds 80,000. Yeah, the tickets are going to be a little cheaper at the dudes because they got, 4 or 5 times as many to offer. And I'm not sure that it's as popular as everyone says. I mean, I don't know how to make this sound without sounding like a dick, but women's basketball is not entertaining. Okay? Well, to me and my core group. I don't care what ESPN tells you or tells me or anybody. It was not more popular. I couldn't name a single fucking person who watched any of the women's games except the guys who talked about it and were like, oh, the women's game is way better than the men's. How? Skill wise, it's not. Sorry. Because it's a story for you guys to talk about? Maybe. That I can see a little bit more. But again, I personally don't care. And I don't fucking believe that anybody gives a shit. Case in point. Apparently the WNBA draft was yesterday, the day before, a couple days ago. I don't know, man. And people are losing their fucking minds about how this Clark person and others were drafted like first, second, third. And for the next 4 years, they're only going to make $70,000 a year, $80,000. Let me explain why. Nobody cares about the WNBA. Nobody. Okay? Not a single fucking person. Maybe the families of the people or the people that were, playing it. But I mean, I hate to break it to you, but nobody cares. Okay? It's not nobody cares. That's why it doesn't make any money. That's why the little drug addict trader had to go over to Russia to play. It doesn't make any money. It doesn't make any money because it's not entertaining. And you can't say, oh, Dutch, you're wrong. No, I'm not. I'm right. If it was entertaining and it was so important that we had to televise all this shit, it would make money. Okay? I can't think of a single sport where the first round draft pick makes $70,000 a year. And has the coverage continually shoved down your throat. Baseball, maybe. First round, you got to go to the minors for a little bit and you get, but even then, I'm 99% sure that's wrong. So I don't understand. What you tell me and what I see are two different things. ESPN is like, oh, the women's Final Four and the women's final is the most popular basketball game we've ever aired, including NBA games. I don't believe you. I really don't. I'm sorry. Because I see the WNBA. I see the first round pick makes $70,000 a year for the next 4 years. it can't be that popular unless it's like a fat piece of shit Dana White situation where Fatty McSweaty, you know, makes this billion-dollar corporation and pays people nothing to get their asses whipped. So I don't know, maybe the WNBA makes billions and billions of dollars and they just pay their players nothing. Well, they don't have a very good, strong players union. And if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that the WNBA is subsidized by the NBA. Let's check here. Like, I don't know if, can we check WNBA profit? $2023. So the WNBA's profit / loss isn't public. I mean, that should that's pretty much all you need to know. Their revenue was $200 million in 2023. By comparison, the NBA's revenue was $10 billion. So 5. They make 50 times as much money revenue. The WNBA traditionally loses money every year. So the players, blah, 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 blah. There's my point. Like, I don't understand how the college shit was the most watched stuff ever, blah, 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 all this. And then the product loses money. So I don't know. I mean, it was a little bit, again, it wasn't irritating because I didn't pay that close attention, but I was tired of a lot of the sports people talking about it, how good it was. It's not good. I'm sorry. It's women's basketball is not better than men's. Okay. So for you to say that is dumb. You just want airtime. I guess that's what I'm doing on the podcast. And the WNBA draft, if you watch that, you're a fucking loser unless family member, friend, somebody that it's directly fucking relevant to. I'm just, God, I'm so fucking tired of having this shit just jammed down our throats. It's like the chicks announcing NHL games. Not good. I'm sorry. Jenny Kavnar, great for you. You're the lead announcer for the A's. Why? Just in the name of equity? I'm tired of having this shit jammed down our throats, is my problem. It really is. Why don't you go announce WNBA games? Because nobody watches them. That's the whole fucking point. And I mean, I hate to, paraphrase Bill Burr, and it's not only Bill Burr, it's everybody makes this point. But, you got no one to blame but your fucking selves for this shit. Because if you really cared about it and all that, you'd go support them. Plain and simple, but you don't because you don't care because it's not a good product. For instance, I'm not even going to shit on them as much as I'm about ready to shit on the Masters. The Masters this year was boring. And let's talk about a couple things. I love the Masters. I'm out in LA and the Masters starts some days at like 5 a.m. Normally, and some days I got up to watch it. But on Saturday, I went to Knott's Berry Farms kind of against my will, but kind of not. Like, I wasn't crushed to miss it. Partly because Tiger was not doing great, but mainly because, first of all, I don't understand how I can't watch all of the Masters on television. Okay? I know people are like, well, the Masters app is so great, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to watch it on my phone. That's not a very big screen. I don't want to watch it on my iPad. I don't want to have to stream it through whatever fucking streaming service. Like, put on the Masters app on my iPad and then cast it to a TV and flip through channels or different streams, like 456, Amen Corner, 16, 17. Where's 1, 2, 3? Where's hole 1, 2, and 3? Nowhere. I gotta wait until 1 o'clock in the afternoon to get ESPN's main feed when this shit's been going on since 5 a.m. So I already know what happens. I just wanted to watch it. And then ESPN Plus. Why can't you just have a stream on ESPN Plus? I have the app on that phone. I could on that TV. That still irritates me though. But ESPN Plus is 456, Amen Corner, 16, 17, not 18, not 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's missing holes. I want to watch the whole thing. I like the bounce around cover of like normal coverage. But can't you do the whole tournament? Like, what is the fucking issue here? Also, it was, I don't know, it was just uneventful because A, the announcers that are on these holes are terrible. If I had to hear any more about the fucking weather, I was going to pull my goddamn hair out. I know it was windy. I heard it 10 million times. I know it rained on Thursday a lot, and that's why we had to delay the tournament. Okay? I know all that. I don't need to hear about it every single hole. That's not the main storyline, man. The weather is not. We know it was shitty weather. Everyone had to play in it. I know it gets worse in the afternoon. Sometimes it's worse in the morning. It doesn't matter. That's how tournaments work. Okay? Also, they hammered the entire time how Scottie Scheffler was going to win. I like Scottie Scheffler. I don't love him. I don't hate him. I like him. He's fine. He's a good guy. He's a great golfer. He's number 1 in the world. I don't need the announcers all over his dick for 4 days. Because then it's just like, well, why watch? I mean, we know he's going to win. And he ended up winning. Congratulations to him. Second green jacket. That's great. But there was no like Masters drama or drama at any of the tournaments. It was all just, Scottie Scheffler's he's got it in the bag. It's Thursday morning. He hasn't TV'd off yet. He's going to win this. Game over. So yeah, it was, they were making comments. Not as many people watch the Masters as, I don't know, the WNBA draft, or I don't know. Again, that's to me is nonsense. But yeah, I think the coverage was shitty. I think it was poorly announced or whatever you want to call it, and all that crap. So I don't know, man. They did a poor job of it. It's going downhill. I don't know what the live stuff's gonna do, but who cares? People talk about like there's not enough change in the game. I don't know what change you want. It's golf. You want to ruin it like you did fucking baseball? We can talk about that. What do you want to change in? What is you want a little more shorts? You think that'd be more entertaining? No. I think we're at a lull that we need another Tiger Woods, like somebody to compete. Scheffler ran away with it. And Tiger was in the hunt, and then all of a sudden, Saturday, Sunday, he took a shit. And the man's old and hurt. Like, at this point, I can't blame him. I'd love to see him win another one. Don't get me wrong. I love Tiger. I mean, he may be a questionable person, but that's not why I like him. I like him because he's good at golf. I don't want to hear about Bryson DeChambeau. I'm sorry. I don't think he's good for golf. That's great. You can hit it a mile, dude. There's a place for you. It's called the long drive. But once again, his short game bit him in the ass. And it's the old saying, you know, you drive for show, but you putt for dough. And he just couldn't do it. So quit riding his ass. Oh, he hit it 5,000 yards. And then he 10 putts. I mean, what's the point? And maybe, I guess, to the average viewer, they love that. The gimmicky crap. I'm not sure the coverage of Amen Corner was as good as it should have been. It just, I don't know. It seemed like an off year for them. So, but I mean, what do you want to do? What would change it? Other than having like a more dramatic finish. Because that's just, I mean, that's up to the players. I don't know if you could change the rules to make it more dramatic, but I don't think you should. Golf's been the same way for, you know, ever. Let it be. Like, don't fuck it up like you did baseball. I mean, this pitch clock shit is, and you can't slide into second, or you can, but if someone's in the way, and you can't home, and you can't shit, you can't, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's arguable that, I mean, the Braves lost their ace pitcher this year, and a lot of people were blaming that fucking pitch clock. Which, good, I hope they do. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I hate the Braves, but I feel bad for that guy. And I feel bad for those fans. And if the pitch clock, them rushing them through all these pitches, is the reason, then fuck Rob Manfred. I mean, fuck Rob Manfred anyway, but I mean, that's a shitty way to go out because of a shitty rule. Shouldn't have a DH. Fuck that. I don't care that you have to have a pitcher be an automatic out. Maybe the pitcher should get better at batting. He only plays every fifth game. He's asking to get in a batting cage and get a lot better. Waino could hit. Bumgarner could fucking hit. What was the problem there? What was the disconnect between those guys? The shift? That's the dumbest rule I've ever heard of in my life. I don't care. You get 9 guys on the field. Okay? You need a pitcher on the rubber. That's literally all you need. If you don't want a catcher, fine. You're going to have some problems. But you need a pitcher on the rubber. Other than that, I don't care. If you want to put all the guys at first base, fine. Go nuts. Play whatever defense you want. What's the problem? Oh, that's right. That's right. The MLB wants more home runs and more offense. I don't want that. And trust me, the dumb people don't want that either. Or the dumb people do, but they're not your fan base. Trust me, they're not. They're not going to be there when you guys fuck around and have another strike. Or make the game even more unbearable. I don't care about the stats. Hard hit ball is not a stat. I don't care how hard you hit it. If you hit it a line drive right to the shortstop, it's still an out. There's no difference between a 500 mile an hour ball hit right to the shortstop and a ground ball hit to the shortstop. It's still an out. Quit with this statistical crap. I don't know what else you would do. I don't know how baseball, I catch games when I can, but then I get frustrated because, you know, you have like a pitch clock violation or some dumb play and I turn it off. You have Angel Hernandez calling 3 strikes in a row that those balls aren't even fucking close. And I know he's part of the umpires union, but you got to get rid of him, man. The guy's an asshole. He's fucking horrible at his job. You got to do something about crap teams. Actually, no, you don't. Never mind. I take that back. That's on the fans. Because once again, we're back to the Rockies. You know, first game, they get blown out like 100-2. And I'm not kidding. It was like 17-2. And fans still show up. So you can't blame them. For the Rockies, blame the fans. They're the idiots. You know, they're the same nerds. They're like, oh, I've had 17 mock drafts for the Broncos. I can't wait for the new Bronco jerseys. Why don't you wait for the Broncos to win a game? To not suck. Not be the laughing stock of the NFL. That doesn't matter to you? No, I need my new jersey, the ice white helmet. I love it. It's my favorite. It's so cool. On to happier things. The Denver Nuggies, the Chicken Nuggies, are in the playoffs, and their first round opponent is the Lakers, who survived their play-in game again. But man, I hope they get swept again. I know this isn't the Western Conference Finals, but I hope the Nuggets just annihilate them. I'm so fucking tired of hearing about them. The Nuggets will repeat. We've already said that. But I mean, it's annoying. The play-in games are annoying. I don't know why we had to change it. I mean, I know why. More money. The NBA wants those extra games to make more money. But, you know, so yeah, Nuggets are in. I think the Nuggets are gonna win again. Like I mean, they have no competition. They own the Celtics. That'll probably be the finals, and they own the Lakers, and then everybody else who really cares. Like, I mean, it'll be an easy, not easy. I mean, they still have to play, you know, a bunch of 7-game series, but it's not going to be like a gauntlet. The Nuggets are so far ahead of all these other teams. The only problem is going to be the refs, but I mean, the Nuggets play the refs like every game. I mean, I saw some stat the other day that Jokic played like 30 or 40 more games than Embiid or whatever his dumbass name is. And yet Jokic took like 20 less free throws. So the guy basically, you know, he plays 30 more games but took 20 less free throws. Like, how are you not seeing this huge discrepancy? It's because NBA doesn't care. They only care about the Lakers and the Celtics and, you know, East-West Coast teams. The Nuggets go undefeated and the NBA would fix a game just so they didn't. They'd reserve that for the Celtics or the Lakers or some shitwagon team like that. The Avies are in. They're going to play Winnipeg, but they got one more game, which, again, I don't know who the fucking scheduler is here, but the Avs have played like 3 games in the past 3 weeks while these other teams are playing every other night. Now, the Avs have some serious fucking problems. They do not have a goalie. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you guys can throw all the Gorgiev stats at me that you want, but I watched the game. I watched the man look lost. I watched the guy not know where the puck is. I watched the guy, you know, let it hit him in the chest and bounce somewhere, and he's like, oh, where did the puck at? And then they score. I see that. That is not a stat. What's the stat for doesn't know where the fucking puck is? Now, we have had some defensive breakdowns, I admit. I absolutely do. But we also got to look at our team and understand we got 1, 2 defensemen out of 6 The rest of them are forwards who play defensemen. Devon Taves, defenseman. Cale Makar, he's almost a better forward than defenseman. He's an excellent defenseman. But sometimes he gets a little caught in front and, doesn't matter. We need to know what team we are. And we need a goalie who can, stop a busted play or two. Okay? Forgiev, I heard somebody call him that. That's great. Guy gives up 4 goals every game. Forgiev ain't it. And Annunen, I don't think plays enough. And, he gets whacked around a lot. So, I don't know. I'm not as confident in the Avs as I am the Nuggets. That's not to say I'm not confident in the Avs. I think I'll let you know after Thursday's game tomorrow night. And the first 2 games of the Cup playoffs. That'll give me a better. But tell you what, Georgiev needs to get his head out of his ass. Look where the puck is, find the puck, and stop it. Okay? That's as plain as it is. And like I said, you show me all these stats like blah, 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 blah. Watch the game, nerd. That's the other problem with stats, is they don't tell you the whole story. Yeah, I think his save percentage is going down just because he's been so bad. But, your save percentage is up when there's 50 shots a night on you and you give up 4. That's a higher percentage than if there's 30 shots and you give up 4. You still give up 4. And if there's no stat for, again, goalie doesn't know where the fuck the puck is. Goalie goes to save the puck, shot to the right, slides out of his crease, can't hold on to the rebound, and there's a wide open net. That's not a stat. But I see that time and time again. They come on the left and he's way out and slides into the boards, wide open net, they score. You don't need to go that far, buddy. Hits him in the chest and he just no idea where it is. He's just, I don't know. But yes, our defensemen do not help him all the time. But that's part of understand your team, man. You can give up a couple because we can score goals pretty much at will. But we can't come back, 4 or 5 goals every night. That's tiring. And that's my only worry is I hope we're not tired for the playoffs. We've had enough time off. So now we're either going to be not as sharp, but rested, or we're going to be tired and not sharp. I don't know, man. We need a goalie really bad. But I have a lot of faith in the Avalanche because the playoffs is different. And I really do think that they can win it this year. And the Nuggets are a lock. So, where do we go from there? What else? How long have we been doing this for? This is probably a short one. Have you guys watched the Fallout series on Amazon? I'm going to try not to give anything away because we're not really going to talk in depth about it, but it's good. Like, they didn't mess with it like they did the Halo. I didn't watch the Halo series because I heard they messed with it. And it's not Halo, it's some, idiot's version of Halo. But I heard the Fallout was super good, so I watched it, and it is. It kept me entertained for the most part. I was missing a couple things, not like, I don't get this, but I was waiting for a couple things to show up that didn't show up, and I'm just wondering if they're saving that, because like season 2 or something like that. Good acting, good, everything. And you know, there's a female lead. She was great. It wasn't like, we all hate men, blah blah blah. I guess you could argue there's like underlying political stuff because, I mean, it is about nuclear war. Like, that's the Fallout series. Okay. And like humans just keep fucking it up over and over and over, blah, blah. But I mean, that's not a political thing. That's like just a duh. We all know that kind of thing. There wasn't like, yeah, just, it was a good, I thought it was a good series if you like Fallout. Even if you don't like Fallout, I think you would get it. You would enjoy it. You wouldn't enjoy it as much as the Fallout fans do. But it was good. I can't wait for season 2. I really hope there's season 2. I'm even, trying to figure out how to go back to Fallout. I loved Fallout 4. I played the hell out of that game. 76 was so broken when it came out that I played it for like 10 minutes. I was like, I can't do this. I got fuck that, and haven't touched it since. Apparently, it's fixed. It's like fixed a million times over. It's way better. I guess the player base is way up because of the show. So we might start giving it some shots. I'm gonna follow the trends, man. Yeah, follow the trends. That's what we're after. Still having fun with Helldivers though, so we'll and I definitely gonna get back into ESO because now that I'm playing it more, doing these dailies and stuff, it'll be something. We got lots to do, but I want to play golf, play my trucks, go do stuff for the Jippo, things like that. So yeah, but we got lots to do, but I'll try and make some time. Speaking of games though, so Call of Duty has gone like all in on this stoner shit this month, or this battle pass. I don't know. You could be Cheech and Chong. There's someone like find gummies and fly away, and people turn into pot leaves and smoke and bonk. All this shit. I personally don't indulge. If you're an adult, I don't care. Where you lose me is where they lost me last time with like the Nick Merckx situation. When Nick was like, hey man, leave the kids out of it. And Call of Duty's like, no, fuck you. We should turn kids into trannies and blah, 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 all this. And they removed his, his personal skin. Okay, but also then Call of Duty turns around and shoves smoking pot and all that down the throats of these kids. It's like, oh, little Johnny, you're 17. Well, buy the pot leaf, the Cheech and Chong, and the gummy edition for $100. It's just, I mean, I don't know what all Nick Merckx said was leave the kids out of it. Like this is an adult concept. Quit pushing this shit on kids. Yet Call of Duty turns around and pushes pot right on kids. Like, where's the drinking package? Where's my Evan Williams package? Okay, where you run around drunk and shoot things, and if you kill somebody, they turn into a barrel of booze and explode and something like that. And that's your celebration at the end. Instead of smoking a joint, you pound a beer. Where's that at? Or can we not do that? Let's smoke some cigarettes. Where's the character with a dip in? Where's the one doing heroin in the corner? Like, I mean, I don't see the difference. But Nick Merckx stands up and says, hey man, we should have drag shows at school and shit. We should just leave the kids alone and call them. He's like, fuck that. Bye-bye to your little skin. Bunch of hip. And then on top of all of that, your game fucking sucks. Like, I'll play Warzone for a specific reason. I think Battle Royale is stupid, generally. But Doc and them, they still play it. And watching those guys, I mean, I would have smashed my setup a long fucking time ago, man. There are like huge game breaking glitches still in the game. Like whole texture packages are missing during some games. Missing like walls, fences, the ground. You know, I mean, important shit. But yeah, Call of Duty's got all the time in the world to make their stoner bundle for $100 or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I don't get it. I know people still play it because it's popular, but I don't play it as much as I used to, obviously. It's just, I mean, I don't know. It's not as much fun as it used to be. It's too much buy this, buy that shit for a crap game. Where are my new maps? Where's a map I haven't played before? I mean, they've already announced Gulf War or whatever is going to be remastered Black Ops maps. Fuck that. I want new ones. I already played the Black Ops map. I don't want to do it again. New. Assholes. Whatever. Fallout's fun. Watch that. Helldivers is a fucking blast. I mean, it's a shame that it's, you know, only on PlayStation and PC, but I mean, it is what it is. And like I said, Fallout's great. The show's great. The game 4 was awesome. I'll let you know about 76 when we get rolling on that. We got Red Dead to play too. We got so much stuff to do. More cooking. I don't think we're going to add any more content though. Like some people are like, you should do golf. It's like, all right, well, how many stuff is this just going to be like a variety show channel? I don't know, man. I just had to get some of this off my chest. You guys are my venting posts. The women's thing, the stupid games, whatever. Like I said, I'm not hating on women. I think it's great that they got all that attention. What I was hating on is I don't think they got as much attention as ESPN said they did. Because my eyes tell me one thing. I mean, the WNBA fucking loses money. They make 50 times less than the NBA in revenue. Come on. You know, nobody watches the MLB draft. Most people don't even watch the NBA or the NHL draft. And I don't think you should watch the NFL draft either. That is boring as shit. Whatever. It is what it is. It's been fun. We'll be doing games tomorrow. Probably not Friday night for sure. Not Friday night for sure. And then, you know, the weekend, I do my thing. But we'll go from there. I appreciate everyone watching. Everyone who will watch, make sure, like, subscribe, do all that fun shit. And we'll catch you guys later. Bye.